What's up everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm Yusuf, and in this video we're going to be going through section B, problem 4 of the SolidWorks CSWA Mock Exam. So if you don't yet have yourself a copy of this set of questions, you can grab it from the link in the description. So let's jump straight into it. Immediately we can see that we have global variables. So we can jump straight into SolidWorks and add those global variables in. So equations, right click, manage equations, and we can start adding our global variables. So we have A equal to 43, B equal to 18, and C equal to 3. We can confirm. Let's head back to our question. Reading the instructions, build this part in SolidWorks, use the values below for global variables, then find the mass of the part. Okay, perfect. Okay, so looking at the part, we have a circular base with 3 protrusions. We have a diameter of the main body. We have an offset of the center of these little what would you call them? Let me know in the comments what you'd call them. Protrusions. And we have some dimensions for the counterbore, the radii for the fillets, etc., etc. So going to SolidWorks, drawing up our shape, we can start with a circle in the middle, and we have a dimension of, so looking at our question again, the dimension is given as 3 arcs that have a radius of A, which would mean that our diameter would be equal to 2A. So this would be equal to 2 multiplied by global variable A, like so. Remove that. Okay, so that's perfect. And heading back to the question, we have our 3 hole centers. So our holes are equidistant apart, and it's offset from the center of the circle by a value of A. So what we can do is we can draw some construction lines starting at the top, and we know we have 3 of them. That one is going to be horizontal, and we can connect them. Then what we can do is we can select all of them and make them equal. That gives us our 3 positions. We can add in our thingies. And looking at the size of them, they're going to have a diameter of 30. So we can first equate them, set them equal to each other, and give them a diameter of 30. Okay, looking good. So we can go ahead and extrude this, and we're going to extrude it to, so we have a step on the outside. We're not going to extrude that step now. We're going to do it as a separate extrusion. So we're going to extrude to a height or a depth of C times 2. So confirm, extrude, and now to select the places that we want to extrude. Okay, and we're going to extrude to a depth of C, global variable, multiplied by 2. Hit the tick to confirm. We now have a base. The next step would be to add in these little extensions at the bottom, or cylinders underneath. So looking at this section view on the side, the section through DD, our protrusions have a total depth of B, and they are on the center of the holes. So let's head back to SolidWorks. We're gonna go underneath, select our centers, and put some circles in. Select our 3 circles, set them to equal, and then the dimension of our cylinders, we're looking at 16. So we can set that equal to 16. And from earlier, we know that this is going to be offset from surface, and it's from the top surface because it has a full height of global variable B in that direction. Awesome. Now there's 2 things left to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add in our step that has a depth of C and an inset of C. So let's create a sketch. Ooh, but before we do that, let's add in our fillets. So when we offset including our fillets, so we don't have to worry about that separately. So to do this a bit faster, you click one of these and you can select all of them like so. Our value for our fillet is going to be equal to 7. Confirm, and now we can inset. I wish my waist would do the same thing. Reverse the direction so it's inward. And to set our inset value, we come back in, equate to global variable C. Hit the tick. And we are going to convert entities so we get a region that's between the 2 lines. Confirm. We can cut. So in this case, we are going to go with a blind cut extrude, and that's going to be equal to C. So why it's equal to C is because the thickness of our base is C times 2. So that basically means that this is cut away at a depth of C, leaving a thickness of C behind. Hit the tick to confirm. And finally, we can add in our counterbores. So there's 2 ways you could do this. You can either do it as a counterbore using your hole wizard, or you could physically cut these holes. So I'm going to do the counterbore because that kind of saves time and effort. So hole wizard. And it doesn't really matter at this point because we're going to be adding in custom values. So you're going to choose counterbore, which I already have selected. We're going to go with irrelevant. This is the part that matters to us. So we need finding our values, an inner diameter of 6, an outer diameter of 11, and so this here is B minus C times 2, or we need to cut up until we reach C times 2. So we're gonna go with 6 for our inner, 11 for our outer, and we're going to choose some arbitrary value for that, and you'll understand why in a second. Head over to position from the top face, select the centers of the circles, hit the tick to confirm, and then we come back in. So to get to see your dimensions like this, it's just a double click of the feature and you can get to this. Then we can equate this to a value of b minus c times 2. So this is not going to work because these are not picking up as global variables. So if we click on them, we can select them as global variables, and that will recalculate, hit refresh, we'll rebuild, and there we have our shape. So to assign a material, we have a material of low or medium density polyethylene. Heading back to SolidWorks, edit material, we can search for it up top. So that's PE low medium density, apply, close. Okay, so we have our part. So mass properties, we get a mass of 38.73 grams. So let's confirm our answer. 38.73 grams. If you got the same thing, well done. Part A complete successfully. Now to move on to part B. So we know that we need to update our equations. We can go ahead and get that ready. Heading back to the question, we have A46, B16, and C2. So updating those, A46, B16, and C becomes 2 millimeters. Okay, you'll see the entire shape update, and we can go to mass properties again. We end up with a mass of 30.56. Let's confirm our answer. 30.56. Well done. If you got the same thing, let me know. If you didn't, let me know as well. And if you found this helpful, give me a subscribe and a like. It really helps to keep me motivated to continue creating more content for you guys. And lastly, we have part C. So part C, to update the values, we have A is equal to 36, B is equal to 10, and C is equal to 2.5. So we can head back over to SolidWorks, right-click equations, manage equations, and update our values to 36, 10, and finally 2.5. Hit OK, our model update. Looking good. And mass properties, 23.5. Let's check our final answer. 23.5 grams. Well done for getting to the end of the question. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing for more and leave a like on this video. Let me know what you enjoyed, and if you didn't enjoy it, let me know as well. I would really appreciate the feedback, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.